This is a dormitories, isn't it? Yeah. Sorry, Fielding is normally here, so I was starting to second guess myself. I was like, am I in the wrong spot?
You really are something. To be able to fall asleep like that and even sleep talk the entire time, you scared Paimon half to death!
Did I say anything I shouldn't have?
No, but you kept mumbling things along the lines of, Pyron, don't take my grilled fish, and put down the Adeptus Temptation now! Paimon talked with Sigewinne the entire time you were asleep. She seems like she's just a sincere nurse, and Paimon didn't notice anything unusual in the room. Are you sure we're not going off track with the infirmary?
Are we really off track though? There are still a few weird things about the place. That movable hatch on the ground, as well as the questions Sigewinne asked Levine. And also, were they really talking about their meds before we walked in? Oh, and was Levine and Jurio's argument genuine, or were they just putting on a show? Paimon, hear me out.
Whoa! You really are super thorough. All those tiny little suspicious things that Paimon didn't even pick up on.
That's because Paimon's oblivious.
We've gotta get the info to Linny.
But we can't. And what are you going to do with the piece of paper? I actually would have had time to have read that, but now it's too late. How are we going to get it to Linny, though? Do we just leave it on our desk and hope that he comes in and finds it sometime? You managed to slip pass the slip to a Basilionette. Oh, okay. Fair. She pockets the info. Oh god, that was a quick transition. Love it. And finally, the promised 9th day arrives. Oh my god, we've really waited 9 days without doing anything? Holy shit. I thought we'd investigate the hatch.
Today's the day. Let's go meet up with Linny.
Yes, let's. I want to know what happened with Fremine.
Oh.
What are we owing? What? That was so awkward. What the? What?
Did you two run into any trouble over the past few days?
Unless you mean a self-induced stomachache. No.
No, we just worked our shifts according to the schedule. Nothing weird happened.
That's good. That means you didn't raise any suspicions when you infiltrated the infirmary. We've taken a look at the slip you've sent. Fremine successfully left the grounds via the pipes 2 days ago, and as of last night, Lynette has also infiltrated the infirmary after faking an illness.
Wait, why is she getting involved as well?
You already went above and beyond when you scoped out the infirmary. To put it more bluntly, even if we were to view that as something you did in exchange for Fremine's help, you've already done more than enough.
If you say so.
Infiltrating a guarded stronghold is a different kind of job from a one-off investigation. We want to avoid using the same faces over and over and reduce the amount of suspicion that will fall on any given person.
Which is fair.
Lynette
Smart.
also felt like you have already taken the first step for us, so she should be the one to finish the job.
So that's what Lynette thinks. Oh, Paimon hopes everything's going well for her.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to helping you.
Then, let's go check on Lynette before Fremine returns. If everything went well, then she should be wrapping up her investigation right about now.
Is now really a good time to go over?
According to my observations, Sigewinne always spends around half an hour away from the infirmary right before lunch.
Called it.
Lynette knows this as well, so this should be a good time to meet up with her.
We heard about it too.
Also, I'm her brother, remember? It's only natural for an older brother to care about his younger sister's well-being.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't explain our presence.
Okay, then let's head over right away.
We look like interlopers. Oh, you're just fast traveling me? Okay. Or not. You see nothing, sir. I did not come this way at all.
Lynette should be here right now. Huh.
Choose down the hatch.
Strange.
As expected, Sigewinne isn't here, but why isn't Lynette here?
Could she have found a lead and left to follow it?
No, Lynette rarely deviates from the plan. We agreed that if she were to make changes on the fly, she'd find a way to let me know. Unless...
Let's see if there are any clues around here. We can look while we wait for her. Who knows? Maybe she'll be back soon.
Okay.
Down the hatch, guys. Why are you all so stupid? Where is the hatch, by the way? don't even know where... Oh, here. Hatch is back here.
Ah, this is it! We saw it before!
Wait, this thing? It doesn't look like it's been disguised that well.
Lena leans down to get it close to the movable hatch.
The space
Something.
behind it is empty. From its size, I don't think it's an entrance that is meant to be taken apart. There's probably a mechanism around here somewhere. Could Lynette have tried to get inside? But if that's the case, she would have contacted me for sure. Let's look around here for some more clues. Don't panic, just take another look.
Look on Lenny's face. He's definitely beginning to panic. Don't panic. He probably said that subconsciously more for himself than anyone else. More than anything else, sorry. Okay, so we're looking for a button. It's not going to be in the beds. Look at the books. We're not going to find it. Lenny's going to find it.
There are some books here and a few files. They all look like medical records. Advanced nursing, how to raise the spirit of your patients, a quick guide to the psychology of emotions, and the meaning of laughter. These sure are some interesting books. Who knew Sijwin would be interested in these kinds of things? She even has books on understanding people's motivations and feelings. Is it because she's a Melazine? Or does she have a need to understand her patient's emotional state?
Can it be both?
Seems quite normal to me. These are skills that would come in handy for a nurse from time to time.
Agreed.
None of the beds have any signs of having been slept in. Except that one over there.
That's the one Lynette must have used, right? You said she was pretending to be sick.
She would have said her migraine was having a particularly bad flare-up. Generally speaking, the head nurse would then ask her to lie down and rest, while she left to retrieve the medication.
But the bed is still unmade.
Which means, either the head nurse didn't return the entire time from when Lynette laid down up until she left the bed, or the nurse intentionally left it this way.
Which would be really weird. It's not a good sign. I think you're all overthinking things.
Hey, you guys, there's a slip of paper over here.
A slip of paper?
It's right over here, and there's a bunch written on it too. It reads, out of respect for your usual practices, I'll use a piece of paper or card as the medium to pass on my message. You may consider this as me giving you my best regards.
This is...
Is that all?
Is there anything on the back?
The back. This is...
Show me! Now!
I'm so confused. What is it?
That look on your face. Paimon's reading it now. Would you care to guess where Miss Lynette of the Fatui could be right now? No. Could she have... Is she already...
Writhsley. Did he deliberately leave the infirmary unguarded to use it as bait?
Wait, you mean he was aware of our goals from the very beginning? But why? We didn't run into any trouble last time, and he also never reached out to us since.
But what would he have... What incentive does he have to be kidnapping Lynette? I don't understand. Why would he choose to act during our second infiltration attempt instead of the first?
Yes, that is a crucial question. Writhsley, he doesn't do anything without a clear goal or reason. So this means he had no concerns about your activities from the very beginning. You're not from the same camp as us. You were sent down here by Nervulet, so you have no conflict of interest with Writhsley. We're a completely different story, though.
But why does Writhsley have conflict with Fatui? I don't know anything about this history. Why did he only go after Lynette? Why didn't he go after you as well?
I'd like to know that, too. Why did he only go after her? Don't panic. Just think everything over. I have to stay calm. This is not like what happened last time. The situation's different now. Wait, you're right. Wait, but that means the fact that Fremine was able to leave the grounds. Could Writhsley have let him go as well?
Oh, shit.
What does he gain by letting Fremine leave like that?
I get it now. He deliberately made them both disappear.
So he's challenging me and trying to provoke me, I'm sure of it. We never should have sent out Fremine. We had to go through all that trouble to find an opening to sneak him around the guards and into the pipe, and we even thought luck was on our side. If Writhsley let him leave on purpose, Then he's probably in a terrible spot now as well.
Lenny's getting more and more panicked. We have to calm him down.
How about we just go to the tunnels and start swimming? Lenny, calm down.
Don't be like this, Lenny. Fremine wouldn't have left if we hadn't told you about Child. That was our fault.
No. I'm the leader of this operation, and I'm the one responsible for this team. I was the one who failed to protect them. I'll go talk to Risley.
Hey, don't be reckless. Traveler, please talk some sense into him.
But this is good. You'll distract Risley so that I can go into the tunnels.
I simply cannot allow Lynette to be abducted again. I have to go. I'll find a way to get them back.
Oh, right. I remember now. Yep. I remember the history. I was confused for a second there, but I remember now. Yeah, but the hatch.
The door. After him.
No, we need to figure out how to open the hatch. Oh, hi, Sijwin. I guess somebody didn't go out for lunch.
Right. I feel like we still have some room to make changes on these details.
It's not impossible, but it'll require extensive testing.
Is that so? Very well. Then please be mindful of the time. Huh?
Is someone?
She's got good hearing.
Pack everything up. Whoever's outside is eavesdropping. They'll probably come in once we stop talking. Someone! Please help! She's sick!
Whoa, are you okay?
These two. As expected, they've already found this place. Oh, they are quite sharp. What a delightful turn of events. I like smart people, but I also like playing dumb. I like the feeling of being trusted.
She likes the feeling of being trusted, yet she likes going against that.
Oh my! What's wrong, little one? There's no... Being able to read human expressions is quite the useful skill.
I mean, you haven't learned anything about me.
It's no use. We have to catch up to him.
I don't think there's any point. Just let him go speak to Risley. We're still here.
He's already
Sorry,
out of
sneezing.
sight. Why is he so fast? Let's go head him off at Risley's office.
I don't know where Risley's office is, man. I haven't been there before. Mr. Take your word for it. Enter the office. This sounds like a bad idea. What if he didn't make it here and we're ahead of him and then we're going to the office by ourselves? And why would we incriminate ourselves along with him?
Come out and face me, Risley!
Aren't we at an administrative office space? Why don't you at least try to follow even a couple rules from the fortress's indoor management regulations?
What did you do to my sister?
I ran into the young miss at the infirmary. I'd heard that she was suffering from quite the migraine, so I decided to invite her over for a cup of tea. I do have some teas in my collection that can work wonders against such an illness.
Stop joking around! Where did you take my siblings?
I have also heard that your performances are quite the spectacle. Miss Lynette would sometimes enter a box filled with water, only to emerge the next second from another place altogether.
Are you unfamiliar with the concept of a magic show?
Maybe she'll appear behind you right now if you were to turn your head.
Is he trying to trick me into turning my head? No, he's probably not looking to attack me right now. All of the hostages are in his hands, and he's even in the mood for small talk. That means Lynette is probably still alive. You knew we were investigating the infirmary from the start, so you deliberately aroused the Traveler's suspicions and baited us into continuing our investigation, just so that you'd be able to kidnap Lynette. As for Fremine, no, you probably didn't even interfere with Child's escape. You let him go, so you could purge the Fatui members that we had planted into your ranks.
There was no need to do so. The Fortress of Meripede is a pretty pleasant place. Most people enjoy their lives here. The only ones who act differently are those with personal agendas. It was quite easy to identify your colleagues.
You removed our original members and spread the news of Child's escape so Father would assign our team to come down and investigate. Fremine has also fallen into your hands, right? If you're oh so omnipotent and so in control, why would you need hostages?
One correction. Lynette is in my hands right now, but Fremine is not.
He's not. What do you really want?
Lenny!
Oh, wonderful. Everyone is here, so I'll only need to say this once. Thank you so much for cooperating with me.
I'm not part of Fatui's business. Don't make that mistake, sir. I'm here for Neuvillette and Farina, I guess. Don't associate me with Lenny and Lynette and Fatui. Where are they?
Eager and to the point, I see. Alas, only Miss Lynette is currently having a cup of the fortress's finest tea. Although, as per your original plan, Mr. Freminet should also have returned to the fortress by now. But he has neither shown up within my gates, nor has he been taken into any kind of custody. So where do you think he may be right now?
Wherever the tunnel leads.
Wait, you can't mean you locked him outside in the sea?
I closed the fortress's gate to the outside world. That's all.
Fremenet's a star diver, so he should be fine, right?
No, we're still here, so he definitely tried to find a way to come back for us. So we can't assume he might have made a break for the surface.
Can I point out that I don't know how far down we are, but if we're considerably far down, the pressure of the water might have been real bad.
But why would I do this, you may be asking? To have an audience with you, of course. My intel tells me that Mr. Linney is a great magician, so it's only natural for me to want to have some cards of my own when it comes to negotiating. Besides, I do recall you mentioning to Miss Lynette that you've always wanted to have a face-to-face meeting with the Lord of the Fortress of Meripede, regardless of whether it was in a personal or a professional capacity. Well, you got your wish.
Lenny, why did you say that?
So, you've been keeping tabs on us before we even set foot in the fortress.
He keeps tabs on everyone. Don't feel so special.
Some of my folks just happened to hear a thing or two, that's all. In any case, I will be straight with you. I was willing to play dumb and turn a blind eye, so we had a pleasant few days playing games together here. But once you started focusing on the Forbidden Zone, all of that changed. Mr. Linney, the cards are stacked against you right now. Miss Lynette is in my hands, and Mr. Freminet is still slowly being pickled out there in the brine. You know just as well as I that he cannot last out there forever.
But then what about Tartaglia? He
You
doesn't have
need
his
do
vision
but
on
one
him,
thing
and
to
it was
guarantee their
defective.
Safety. I would like you to contact your superior, and ideally invite her over for a cup of tea with me.
You want to see Father? But why should she bother giving you an audience?
Well, if she cares for the well-being of her dearest children, she should have plenty of motivation to join me for a parents' evening.
I like that. You've got the similar hair to her, but your eyes are different. I don't know if you're related or not.
I've heard that the bonds between the members of the House of the Hearth are like the bonds of family. I don't see why she would refuse.
Why did you think Father sent us to handle the Fortress of Meripede? This place is basically a no man's land. It wouldn't be fitting for anyone as important as a harbinger like Father to come here in person.
Oh, I see. So it's because she doesn't care for my place here. That's such a shame. After all, I've amassed quite the tea collection. I was looking forward to sharing it with her. Both Monsieur Neuvillette and Lady Farina have already received many samples as gifts.
Was this the extent of your master plan to get to Father? No matter how much pressure you may put on me, I won't allow you to use us to blackmail her.
You people really are difficult to get along with. All I'm asking for is a face-to-face conversation. Does she truly have no interest in the fortress's secret? Mr. Linney, you have one last chance to invite your father here. If you refuse...
Lenny!
Why do you have to do this?
Instead of asking why I'm doing this, why don't you try to see things from my perspective for a second? From the very beginning, the Fatui has been actively infiltrating my fortress.
True.
I gave you a warning by cutting off the first few operatives I found, but that only caused you to double down. Had you given up on the fortress then and there, I'd have no reason to want to talk.
Also fair.
Mr. Freminet left the fortress on his own, and Miss Lynette tried to pry out my secrets right in front of me. No matter how you look at it, the responsibility for this falls on you.
I shouldn't ask Father to do anything because of us.
6, 5,
Wait,
2, 1. Time's up. It really is a shame, Mr. Linney.
Risley!
Negotiations have broken down. Please leave, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for my afternoon tea.
Please wait. Can we really not talk about this some more?
Yeah, listen to the traveler If you can't talk to Linny, can you at least talk to us?
You do realize that I'm only letting you go because of Neuvillette, yes? You're here helping him out, and I've already done my best to stay out of your way. But that doesn't mean you can just do whatever you want. The fortress may be small and remote, but it still has its own set of laws.
Please spare Fremine and Lynette. I want to save Freminette and Lynette too. Sorry, Fremine.
Then how about this? Those who are capable deserve respect. You've spent quite some time investigating my home turf by now, so why don't you tell me a thing or two about what you found? I'll ask you 3 questions. Answer all of them correctly, and I'll agree to your request.
I don't know anything.
Question 1.
Traveler?
Regarding the hidden rules of the production zone, what is the truth behind the one about not being allowed to work for 3 days in a row?
You don't want your people to be exhausted? Can't believe he's asking about the hidden rules. If I recall correctly, if you keep going without any rest, during lunch hour on the 3rd day, you will find a portion of strange meat in your welfare meal. It's a good thing that we've already run a thorough investigation on this. Let's see if I can remember all the clues. Okay. I think it's to discourage you from being worn out. Who will see it if you keep working continuously?
I've been told that the infirmary is always empty for the half hour just before. The Fonta promoter has been struggling. We often see Miss Sijuin.
Oh, actually, yes.
The Fonta promoter has been struggling. We often see Miss Sijuin observing the prisoners at work near the production zone. It seems like she can perceive the general state of a person's health just by looking.
Under what circumstances does the strange meat appear?
According to Collins, the Pancration tournament only took. The research note said that the Melusine race perceives the world very differently from humans.
Oh, because it's a Melusine.
Fonta's internal reports suggest we often see Miss Sijuin observing the prisoners at work near the production. The Fonta promoter has been struggling. I've been told that the infirmary is always empty.
Why? Because she's a Melusine.
The Melusine race.
It's Sijuin's plan to not get people to overwork themselves. It's genius.
Ah, so that's what's going on. Paimon understands it now. Who would have guessed? The hidden rule of the production zone. People are not supposed to work 3 days in a row, and if they do, they'll get strange meat in their welfare meal. At first, we thought this strange meat must have something to do with the people who disappeared. But in reality, they were all prepared by Sijuin, the head nurse. She often visits the production zone to observe the workers' health and makes a note of anyone who has worn themselves out after 3 full days of work. Out of her sense of duty as the head nurse, as well as her genuine concern for the workers' health, Sijuin visits the cafeteria right before lunch and cooks an extra dish for those who can use the stamina boost. Sijuin has only the best intentions with her surprise gift and doesn't want anyone to find out about what she does. However, unfortunately, Melusines as a race perceive the world differently from humans, and their sense of aesthetics is even more alien to us. The recipients of her lovingly prepared special meals cannot taste the care within and usually just freak out. Are we on the right track?
Not bad. You've uncovered Sijuin's secret and even guessed her intentions correctly as well. It's nice to know that her efforts have not gone unacknowledged.
She's a sweetie.
All right, now for my next question. There are also some hidden rules in the Pancration Ring, including the one that you're not allowed to support both sides of a fight. Why is that?
Because it's dumb. The hidden rules of the Pancration Ring, if I remember. If someone tries to support both boxes at the same time, they'll receive a package the next morning which contains a strange blood-coloured liquid. We've also done a lot of research on this matter. Let me sift through. What happens if you violate the rule? You receive a blood. Who sent the package? The dude who's...
I've been told that the infirmary is always empty for the half hour. Fonta's internal reports suggest that they're starting a new trial of an unnamed and unpackaged product.
I mean, yes.
The Fonta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize the real value of coupons. The research note said that the Melusine race, according to Collins, the Pancration tournament only took place because the Fonta company sponsored it. The Fonta promoter has been struggling
Why does it look the way it does?
Fonta's
Because it's a
internal
trial.
reports.
And why do only those who buy tickets to support both fathers receive the package?
According to Collins, the Pancration tournament only took place because the Fonta company sponsored.
Sounds good. No! The other way around? Shit, which way did I do
According
things?
to Collins,
And then
the
that...
Fonta promoter has been struggling because
Sorry, wrong way around. Whatever. The point was still there.
Paimon gets this rule too now, so there really was nothing to be afraid of. That hidden rule of the Pancration Ring is about how, people are not supposed to bet on both boxers at the same time. And if they do, they'll receive a package containing a strange, blood-colored liquid. People get scared when they see it because they've subconsciously begun to associate it with the missing boxer. But really, it's just a bottle of the latest yet-to-be-named and packaged new Fonta trial product. A blood-red drink. It's no wonder even Fonta's own staff were questioning the company's decision-making. The company, facing backlash from its own staff, decided to try to trial the product on a smaller scale, to see how it might be received by customers. They came to the fortress of Meropide and offered to sponsor the Pancration tournament so they could push their new product. But the Duke completely refused to even entertain the idea. The Duke, knowing how valuable coupons are in the fortress, knew that only total idiots who didn't understand their true value would bother buying a Fonta product here. And so, only those who proved their stupidity by being dumb enough to bet on two opposing sides of the same match were selected to receive the drinks.
I acknowledge the effort you've put into bringing the truth of this mystery to light. Although, based on your description, that Fonta promoter is a bit too careless with his words. I may just reconsider my collaboration with the company.
He has great memory, though. He was able to quote you verbatim.
All right, and here's the final question. What's the secret behind our head nurse and all of her patients in the infirmary?
I don't know the answer to that one. We haven't collected enough info to answer that question. Shit.
Stop your cruel and pointless games, Risley! You know that we haven't finished our investigation, so there's no way we can answer the last question. The thought of sparing Lynette and Fremine never even crossed your mind.
Please don't attack Risley.
You'll
He's
pay
gonna
for
beat
this.
you. He's gonna beat you down. Who just shot him from behind?
Lenny, are you alright?
Oh, close one. I owe you, Sigewinne. That was a fantastic shot.
Does she have a dart? A blow dart?
It was nothing, Your Grace.
Oh, she's got a gun. Oh my god.
Sigewinne? Though this gun may look like a toy, it's actually fully functional, as I just demonstrated.
Sigewinne. You...
Are you his accomplice in all this? Right.
Not at all. I am merely a resident of the fortress, and thus protecting it is my duty. When Monsieur Nervulette asked me to come here, he told me that my job would be to take care of the well-being of everyone here. I am merely discharging my duties.
And she takes the word of Monsieur Nervulette very seriously.
But if you mean what you just said, then isn't Linny someone you should be looking after as well? Isn't he a resident here just like the rest of us?
Well, that's why she didn't kill him. She just incapacitated him. If you're close to Nervulette, why not learn a thing or two about virtue from him?
But I really am just doing what Monsieur Nervulette told me to do. Everything I did, I've done to protect them. Had I not, they would be in far more dire straits right now. His Grace knows it too, right? Your Grace? Mind proving my innocence to them?
My dear Sigewinne, whatever shall I do with you? Would it have killed you to just wait another minute or two?
He would have taken care of the situation himself.
Well, it's nearly time after all. The way you do things can be truly frustrating sometimes, Your Grace. I figured I should try to talk some sense into you. What are you talking about? What time?
Take me if you want. But let them go.
How touching. Can you just give me one more minute?
Don't be like that, Your Grace.
All right, everyone, calm down. 2 more visitors will be arriving any time now.
Fremine and Tartaglia?
I'll go get a cup of tea. Miss Sigewinne, I leave Miss Lynette in your care.
You... What are you doing?
I believe I hear footsteps.
The door suddenly slams open. A familiar figure bursts into the room. Oh,
Some space, please.
Clorinda.
Ah, Miss Clorinde.
Oh, that's Fremine.
My door.
But what about the
Fremine.
Tartaglia?
Fremine!
He's alive. Don't be so dramatic. What about the Tartaglia? We have no clue what's happened to him.
What's going on? What is Clorinde doing here?
Work.
She's so succinct. Work.
I'm sorry about shooting you, Mr. Linney. The tranquilizing effect will begin to wear off soon. Please take it easy in the meantime, though.
What happened to Fremine? Wasn't he diving just outside of the fortress? Why is he looking like this?
These symptoms, it can't be. Wait, symptoms of what?
A flushed face, an accelerated pulse. He must have consumed primordial seawater.
Oh, that's concerning. That's thoroughly concerning for a Fontanian. But where did he get access to primordial seawater? Didn't they say the water no longer exists? Like, obviously they've got the source where Old Mate was getting it to use as experiments and shit. But other than that, the actual primordial seawater doesn't exist anymore. So how did he come across some? What secrets do the outside of this water hold?
What did you say?
Please, make some space. I'll need to give Mr. Fremine a more thorough checkup. Your Grace, I'll leave the rest to you.
I'll talk to Clorinde while you get Fremine to where he needs to be. Everything else can wait.
Can I be part of that conversation? Try to understand the situation. Okay. Lenny's expression looks disgusted. It seems like he'd rather not have Sijuin touch Fremine. Still, he didn't stop her, since it's obvious that Fremine does require urgent medical care. Sijuin's examining... Oh, sorry, apostrophe S, yes. Examining Fremine carefully. She doesn't look too upset, which is a good sign. I hope Fremine will be okay.
How is he?
These symptoms are probably caused by an acute ingestion of a large amount of primordial seawater. Still, his condition is not critical. Of course, it would be best if he stayed for further observation. Let's leave him here for now, and move him to the infirmary once he's recovered a bit more. Sorry. I am aware that the infirmary may not be your favorite place in the world at the moment. We do only have a single clinic in the fortress, however.
Why would he ingest a large amount of primordial seawater after leaving the fortress? How could that possibly happen?
Please, look after Mr. Fremine for the moment. I'll go fetch some medicine and a respirator. Oh, I'll bring Miss Lynette back with me.
Why don't we just take Fremine to the infirmary?
Where is she? How is she right now?
Oh, she just took a nap in an empty room after I tranquilized her. If my calculations are correct, she should also be waking up right around now. You might not believe me, but His Grace and I actually made some snacks and tea for her.
Lenny has finally begun to stop tensing the muscles on his face. It seems that he trusts what Sijuin just said. Okay, now for the other two, the more interesting conversation to behold.
What's that look on your face? I thought I made good time on the way back.
Oh, I'm just admiring your punctuality. Had you arrived just a few minutes later, Sijuin may have been forced to shoot Mr. Linney again. How's the situation out there?
The water has changed. It's pretty much as expected. The concentration of primordial seawater has increased significantly. I was only out there a short time, so it wasn't too bad. But if one were to stay for any significant amount of time... Well, you can see how that boy's doing.
Oh! So an increase in primordial seawater is what starts the cataclysm. It's what starts the flooding of Fontaine. But how is that relevant to Tartaglia? So he has some connection to the origin of the primordial seawater. So is he still in it?
Where was he when you found him?
The abandoned zone at the end of the pipes. A good distance into the water.
Closer than I thought. He must have recognized it early on and tried desperately to swim back.
Locking the door was necessary. I don't think we could have saved two.
Well, I did try to convince him that I had my reasons. Never seems to work, though.
It would probably work on Neuvillette. He has a knack for picking out who had good intentions, even when the outcomes were all terrible.
It's a bad sign if you're having to plead your case to Neuvillette. Want some tea?
Not
That's his answer to
particularly.
everything. Tea.
If you want to drink some that badly, just say so.
So Neuvillette has his water and Risley has his tea. This is adorable. You guys have just started a drinking club with Zhongli.
Fine, I'd like to get some tea. Want me to get you a cup too, since I've already made it?
Might as well then, I suppose. Actually, do you have a towel? I would like to dry my hair.
They're adorable together. I love it.
Linny, are you okay?
I'll be fine. They're all here now. Don't worry about me.
Are you sure? You don't look alright.
My hands and feet are still a bit weak, but that's probably just the residual effects of the tranquilizer shot.
I'm back, everyone. Lenny! Oh, Traveler, Paimon, you're here too. Remine? Is he...
He'll be fine. But for now, please help me lift him up.
Oh yeah, the small kid and the delicate lady. That's going to go real well. Risley, get your manpower over here. Lenny and Emily come to help lift Fremine up. Where are your siblings? Why are you only looking at us?
His breathing's beginning to slow down.
Give me a hand and help me get him to the infirmary.
Yeah, I'll take him from this side. Lynette, together?
On it.
Traveler, you seem pretty worried about him. Want to come with us?
No, I want to have tea with Risley and Klein. It's going to be more interesting. I'm sick of these children. Give me the adult talk.
The Duke and Clarande are gone.
I went to have tea and I wanted to go with the adults.
They probably went to get some tea. The Duke will explain the truth in just a bit. Miss Clarande will need a break, since she only just returned from rescuing Fremine out of the sea.
Clarine saved Fremine from the sea. Just what happened there? I mean, we could put through an educated guess. Do we get to go there, though? To figure out how things work? In regards to the primordial sea. Water.